So I decided to spend 5,000 gems so that you guys will know what is it like to migrate in Call of Dragons. So as you guys can see, we have to click this migrate button. So once you click this migrate button, you are now going to see that the migration is open. Looking into the migration rules, you have to meet certain requirements. You have to reach level 16 City Hall. So if your farm accounts are not yet 16, you cannot migrate them. You also need to gather some gems. It will cost some gems, but there is no limit to the number of times you can migrate. So let's say you made a mistake. You can migrate again. Let's say you've migrated to a server A, and then you're like, oh, you know what? I don't really want to be with them anymore. Within this time period, 3 days, I believe. I think 3 days or 4 days. I think it's 3 days. Within this time period, you can still switch. You just have to pay another fee to migrate out. Now, the time and server. Migration will be available for a specific window, as I've mentioned, allowing you to move to a different server within the same division. Now, migrating allows you to play alongside with new friends in the upcoming season. This is what's great about this. So initially, when I created my account, I was in server 14. And then we ended up seeing 15. I migrated to 15. And then now we're migrating to a new team, which I'm going to explain in here why I'm doing this. But I'm trying to show you what happens whenever you click that migrate button. So if it's full, you cannot migrate in there. So you got to migrate early. So as you can see, example of the divisions in here. Let's say there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Players from server 1 can migrate to 2, 3, and 4. All right. That is very important thing to know in here. One thing that I didn't notice when I was looking into this server migration is that you can actually see the season summary. It will take place in September 17. So I've decided to click that migrate button, and I've chosen the server 20. Now I have migrated, and once you've migrated, the screen will reset and it will restart. And once you have restart, you will now see that your server have changed over here onto the top. Now you can see this is my division currently. Now the thing here is that we decided to stick around with the DYB team. I've really enjoyed. I didn't expect to join them, honestly. When we first lost into our battle here into Daralen, we ended up resurging into the Zulans, and then we didn't have space in EX, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna go check out DYB, and I've enjoyed it being here so far, and we've done some Roots of War, and I like the team. They're very friendly, so I'm gonna test it out and see how this thing is going to work out for us on this new season that are coming up. But thing here is that what is great about Call of Dragons is that you can really move different teams. You can be a mercenary. You can just join teams, be friends with everybody, and join them. So that's one of the coolest part about Call of Dragons. Just be friends with everybody, and then even if they are your enemies, you can technically join them as well in the future in here in this game. So this is just relatively a simple video to show you how it is to migrate. But see, the thing is that in the last season, I am from 14 and I did the migrate to 15. And I felt like it was kind of useless because it didn't really need to do that because we ended up seeing 15 again. I felt like I was scammed 5,000 gems. So right now, some of the players from the 15 are thinking about migrating to 20, but they said, no, we're just going to risk it. All right. So because they said that, the purpose of that type of statement is that we don't know what we're going to see next season, but for more than likely I think we are still going to see each other in here. So whether or not the players from the 15 did not migrate, and if we end up seeing each other again, we can still interact and join. So let's say I never migrated, I stayed in 15. If I ended up seeing server 20 again, I can still join their alliance. But the thing here is that there is just that little uncertainty that maybe we won't see each other. But for the most part, I think we will have a higher probability. Now, an example, though, that servers did not see the consecutive divisions in your consecutive server between them, the neighboring, is like server 32. They did not see server 33. I think it was manipulated by the developers to separate them on their server division. But so far, in the early servers like this, we are definitely seeing our division in a consecutive manner in here. So we're seeing 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this is what we're expecting. I think we will still see the same server division, and we're just gonna see maybe a few more servers added into us. So I think that's what's going to happen. So is it worth it to spend 5,000 gems? Yes, it is worth it to spend 5,000 gems if you are uncertain that, you know, whether or not you're going to see that other server that you really want. Now, I decided to migrate to server 20 because I just want to stick with them as well into the next season. I didn't need to migrate if, you know, we're gonna see them anyway again, but I just wanted to make sure, you know, that uncertainty factor is that just in case if we don't see 15 anymore, or server 20 and server 15 did not match in the next division, I want to feel comfortable that I will be remaining within this team. I've also migrated my farm account into this one as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you get to see the season summary in here. I was looking into the Augur Stone and going to season and going to season reward. We're not seeing things yet in here when the next season will begin, which is kind of dumb because they should have allowed us to see it over there instead of just letting us see over here onto the top. Besides that, I think this video, you know, I just spent 5,000 gems so that you guys can understand a little bit on how migration works. So I hope this video was, you know, kind of good information and helpful for you guys, and hopefully you guys will be able to make the right decision and succeed in Call of Dragons. And anyway, I'll see you guys again next time.